Go keep seat. Go keep seat. Let me make sure it's recording. It's got to say recording.
Oh, you already got one.
Uh-oh.
Teresa.
Yeah.
Hello. This is Boosie with Smooth Talk. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to let my panel introduce itself. Y'all go ahead.
Calissa.
Cornell Martin.
Romy.
And of course, this is Boosie with Smooth Talk. Tonight's subject is open marriage. Well, I've never been in an open marriage. Been in a few open relationships that I didn't know I was in. Come to find out they were open. Well, with that being said, my take on open marriage is this is just how I believe. Everything I believe is not always right. But we're going to go there with Boosie anyway. My thing is, I believe that open marriage leads to threesomes. And you just have to have a lot of trust to do the open marriage. And I don't have that much trust. And I feel like when you're in an open marriage, it's one-sided. Okay, this lady said open marriage means everything open. When she say everything. I cannot see myself, if I got a husband, come home and say, baby, this is the man I'm going to be with tonight. He's sitting there on the couch and me and the man go back in the bedroom. That's just a little bit too open for me, but some people have that type of marriage. Me, myself, I've never done it, so they say don't knock what you never tried, but I don't even think that's something I want to try. Okay, but in open marriage, it's like this. I can bring home another woman, and men be like, yeah, that's all right. And I was talking to this dude. I was like, what if I bring home another man? He said, no, that won't work. I said, no, why that won't work? He said, because see, your man is your protector and provider. Excuse you? Right. Don't the woman provide in the family too? I don't understand it. Somebody will have to help me understand open marriage. In my mind, open marriage leads to too many people in one bed and threesomes and all that. And Boosie ain't reached that pinnacle in her life yet. Hello, somebody. I told you I was going to offer a teacher today. So y'all, let's just get started. What you think about this open marriage stuff, Miss Romy?
Well, I'm like you. Never been married, and I've never been in an open relationship that I was aware of.
Yes.
Like the saying in Texas, you have two horses, but you only got one tail. So you
that's
can only ride one at a time. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's somebody else on another tail.
So that's
Hello,
not
somebody.
for me, but if that's what someone else chooses to do. But you got to think about it. When you bring somebody else into a situation, somebody gonna fall in love. But if you do it, if they doing it to you, if they doing it with you, they're gonna do it to you.
Yeah.
So that's not for me. But I can't knock it because I have never tried. But it's not for me.
Well, to go off what Romy said, I know this girl. That's how she got her husband, was through open marriage and threesomes. And they called me one day and said, Boosie, you want to have a threesome? I said, excuse you? She said, do you want to have a threesome? And she said, we down with it. I said, wait, isn't that how you got your husband through a threesome? I said, baby, if I come, he going to lead you too. And I said, nah, Boosie ain't cut from that cloth. And that's just me. What you think about it, Uncle Reverend Cornell? That's what this is,
All
y'all.
right. Listen, I understand tonight that the young lady might be a little apprehensive because I'm a pastor and a preacher, Reverend, however. But let me say this to you and to all of the audience. I can either be your spiritual counselor or your spiritual conscience, but I'm not your judge. So therefore, this is an open show. And you voice your opinion, and that's your opinion. I don't have to agree with it. And in fact, while I'm on that, I don't get down like that. I don't believe in that. Let me say this. When I was out in the world doing everything, then it probably would have, been a little bit more attractive. But now that I've learned better and I know what God's will is about the whole ordeal, then I'm married. Marriage is when a husband and wife get together and they keep their bed undefiled. So, like I said, I don't get out like that.
Well, Uncle Cornell, I have a question for you before we go to Calista. They said, what do the Bible say about it? And I think you just addressed that, but do you want to elaborate on this one?
Well, I can elaborate on it. I mean, it's from a biblical standpoint, you know, sin and S-I-N, and you got to understand, you spell the word, the I is always in the middle, so you can't talk about somebody else without talking about yourself.
That's right.
And so the Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. However, a person that's doing certain things, and the Bible defines and it spells out certain sins that will keep a person out of heaven, but will cast them into hell.
Yeah.
And so, you know, homosexuality is one of those particular things. And if a person is having a threesome, a foursome, a fivesome, where does it stop?
Oh, that's a whole lot of folks.
But now you got to understand that when you're doing this, whether if you're doing it with two males and you be a female, then you know that's a little uncommon, and it's off the chart. If you're doing it with another female, then that means that you're bisexual in your relationship, and that puts you in the category of homosexuality.
Carissa, what's your take on that?
Well, I don't get down like that, and I just think that it's just nasty, period. Point blank.
Well, I had this guy to tell me, well, it's not fornication and it's not adultery. I said, I don't understand where you're coming from, brother.
Right.
He said, first of all, me and my wife are married. I said, okay. He said, so therefore it cannot be fornication. I said, but okay, then it's adultery then. He said, no, it's not, because I'm consented to her doing it. I said, that ain't what the Bible says. I said, because you're consenting. You both consented to bring someone else into your bedroom, then it's not adultery. Now that takes the cake with me, Uncle Cuddy. I can't get down with it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But I was concerned. Is that what they signed up for when they got married? Was that part of their vow, or did they change it along the way? Because
Good
if it was me being married, I didn't sign up for this. You know. So if it's something out there you want to do, why are you married to me? Because there's too many feelings involved, and you're not going to stop. So I don't have to be a part of it. But again, if that's what someone else wants to do, that's on them. But I don't think that was part of a vow when they got married.
But let me say this about that. If you write your own Bible, then you can insert what you want in it and make it say whatever you want to say to fit you. But at the end of the day, there is a book called the Bible, has 66 books in it, written by some 40 authors, 40 writers rather. God is the author. However, the Bible doesn't condone these type of practices, and it is, it's again, I'm gonna say again, it's off the chart.
Well, the question I just received, they said, well, who determines, who draws the boundaries, who draws the line? And I guess when one person is not in agreement, who draws the line? Well, 9 times out of 10, it'll be the man, because the average woman going to do what she got to do to satisfy a man. My thing is, like I told the guy, oh, y'all are down for the threesome. If I'm married, I tell my husband I want to have a threesome. He's like, all right, bullshit. You done woke up. Okay, then I come home, and he waiting for me to get there, and I was like, oh, baby, I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 2 minutes. I open up the door. He all smiling. I said, baby, go back there in the room and get ready. Here I come in with a brother. Hello? They don't like that, but as long as you stepping in the house with another woman, they don't have a problem, because they don't have a problem with 2 women being together, but they got a problem with a woman bringing home another man. I thought open marriage was open marriage, and a threesome was a threesome. But now if I'm in the bed with my man, and my man wants another man in the bed, something ain't quite right. I'm just saying.
So what you're saying is there's a different definition when it comes to the male counterpart versus with the woman counterpart. So as long as there's 2 females and 1 male,
Oh, they don't have a problem with it.
let's get the freaky on then.
Yeah.
So when you bring home JoJo or Boo Boo, however, and he's there at home. He can't handle that.
Yeah.
Most men can't. But then there are some freaky men out there. But then if they're going that way, then, you know, most of them are bisexual.
That's a down low, brother.
Yeah.
But most men don't want another man eating off his plate.
Right.
You know, a man feel that he can wipe himself off and it'll be okay, but he don't want nobody up in his wife or woman. And my thing is about that, ladies, don't lower your standards to please somebody else.
But they don't
Your body
consider
is
it.
your temple, but it's an individual thing.
Yeah.
If you decide you want to flow to keep your husband, that's still not going to
But
necessarily
what if
keep
the
him.
woman just as much in agreement with the man and they love, because I'm,
Well, I feel if he loved me, he wouldn't do it.
well, that's the whole saying, but
That's my feeling.
I had a woman to inbox me and said that she had been married 25 years, and the last 15 years, they have had an open marriage. And I'm like, do what? And she said, actually, it saved their marriage.
Well, that's swingers. thing.
So, but no, I mean, she goes on dates with other men, he goes on dates with other women, and then she bring her man home. I don't know, because
I
I
hope they don't have
I
kids,
can't
because that's
do it.
violation.
no, I mean, because they grown and everybody is out the house, so she feel like, well, since we grown and everybody at the house, and if this is what we want to do to make our marriage and our relationship together, then that's what we do.
Your house, your rules.
Yeah.
Well, you know, again, that goes back to whether the individuals are saved Christians. And if they're saved Christians, there are rules, there are guidelines, there are ramifications for what you do. Basically, you're going to have a conscience pertaining to what you're doing. And if the Holy Spirit is not quickening or making you feel uneasy about what you're doing, then it's a possibility, a strong possibility that you're not saved. The Holy Spirit have left that individual if they're continually to do these practices against God and His will.
Now, Uncle Cornell, this woman told me she goes to church on the regular. Her and her husband both does. And, but that's how that's how they save their life, their marriage. But then they were saying that you should, well, the question is, you should know this about your spouse before you get married. Well, she said over time it changed. Over time. I mean, like, if we've been married 25 years, and she said before I let him go and he just stand out here and start running around here with other women, I gave him an open marriage because I didn't want to lose my husband. Or before I lose my wife, I was going to give them just give them their way. Do you really? Is that love? Is that really love? Or is that just want to hold on and don't want to let go?
I could be wrong, but it sounds like somebody got bored with one another.
Yes.
And maybe she's not enough woman for him. But when you open up your home like that, it's not going to stop there. It's going to keep going. Next thing you know, you got all these different partners. And that's too much. Then you're going to contract disease. Where are they coming from?
My thing, I think, is like this. You're bringing in more spirits. You're bringing in
That's
more
true.
spirits.
That is true.
Yeah.
You're certainly right about that, demonic spirits at that, because every time you label for a different person
You picking up a
outside of
spirit.
the marriage, you are picking up a spirit. Now, I want you to define to me, when you talk about this particular couple, are they, is this just a male and two women, or is it two males and two women? When they say open, define that.
Well, she said when it's open, she gets the opportunity to go out on dates.
Okay.
She go out on date. She take trips, like she said, because her marriage is open. And I'm like, well, how do you be in a marriage with somebody 25 years, and I look out and see my husband with somebody else, or see him going in a hotel room, or even bringing somebody home in my house. If I come home from work early and you laying in the bed with somebody else, I just supposed to walk over and kiss you on the forehead and say, baby, what you want for breakfast? What are you doing that at? I mean, to me, that's just too much. That's just too open. But you know, they said boots don't knock what you ain't never tried. But I hope God I don't never have to go that long to find out.
Well, you don't have to knock anything. You just state what the Bible says. That's not you knocking it. You're just spiritual minded, and you want to help correct people where you see them going wrong at. Now, what this marriage is defining, what it's doing is saying to one another that I don't care what you do. I don't care who you're with. And when you use that term, I don't use that term for my children nor my grandchildren. When I say, I never say I don't care, because what you're saying to them then, just do whatever. And so that's what this individual is saying. She thinks that she's drawing the line with one other person in the relationship, but as Roman has already indicated, it's more than one. He's not satisfied.
Yes.
You know, he get used to that one, and it becomes null and void or whatever. But what this person needs to realize is that what's old to him is new to somebody else. And so you need to be able to keep things in the proper perspective.
That's how I feel. To me, I think open marriage is this open to everything. This guy was telling me, he said, well, when I say open marriage, if I was in open marriage, my wife got the right to bring who she want to bring home. I got the right to bring who I want to bring home. I said, well, as long as both partners are bringing home women, nobody have a problem. I said, but the moment she bring home another man,
that's a problem.
and he in that bed, it's going to be another problem.
It's going to be a killing.
But see, that's what I don't understand. Why is it double standard like that? It shouldn't be a double standard. We're in an open marriage.
Most men just made that way. You know,
But that ain't right.
a man will make his mouth say anything to get what he wants. But then when he get what he wants and she tries that, well, if they're doing that, I guess they have some type of mutual agreement where they don't really love one another like they think they love one another.
But do you not have emotions? Where do your emotions and feelings go? I mean, is your heart that hard? I mean, that's why I want to know. How come God didn't give me them feelings while I don't have no emotions, no feelings, and I just don't care?
Well, you need to thank God that you have those feelings and that you do care, because a person that don't have you said feelings, I'm going to call it conscience. Mm-hmm. That's a psychopath. Yeah. And thank God that you're not a psychopath, because you do care. That's what love is. Love hurts, you know, and it always have hurt. So, you know.
So where do you draw the line? Is there a line to be drawn?
Make you laugh, make you cry.
That's what my dad always told me. That'll make you hee-hee, make you boo-hoo. That's what my daddy used to say.
Well,
where do you draw the line?
It won't never get started. Not to me, and know about it. Because I don't have to put myself in that category with you. If it's another woman out there you want, then you go ahead and be with that woman. I don't have to be there. So if you love me enough and we had that connection, I should be more than enough for you in the bedroom, take care of the house, whatever the case may be. So I can draw the line for men. I'm not going to do whatever just to keep a man, because no matter what I do, it's never enough.
Ain't going to be good enough.
That's right. So I don't have to lower my standards to do that. That's just for me, though.
I feel like this. Once you started, there is no stopping point. It's just like you're
no son, now you can't keep up.
That's right. It's just like you're on a hunt. Everybody out there looking for a prey. Well, every time we leave the house, I mean, really, I need to think about this for a minute. Every time we leave the house, is either one of us looking for somebody to bring back home, or do we really just ever go out and be a couple? I mean, because that would be on my mind if I'm in an open relationship. Is he looking at this woman, or is she looking at this man to bring home? Or are we always on the hunt, or do we just still be in a loving, committed relationship, but whenever I want to date somebody else, I just go out on a date? Is that possible, Calissa?
No, it's not. I would be confused. I mean, there's no way. I mean, if you love somebody, you're supposed to love them for them. You're not supposed to be going out meeting Tom, Dick, and Harry and bringing them home.
I don't even understand how you get to the open part. That's what I want to know. Somebody please just call in. I'll put a message up on the screen so my little girl can tell me how it got started. I don't even know how you get to the point where you say, babe, I want open marriage. I know how you get to the point and say, I want a divorce. I know how you get to the point when you come home and one day and say, baby, I cheated and I'm sorry and I ain't gonna do that no more. I know what drives you to cheating, but I don't understand what drives you to the point. I want an open marriage and it's all right for you and it's all right for me. How
Is
did
he
you get
sorry
to that
because
point?
he cheated?
That's the
Or is
last.
he sorry because he got
Oh,
caught?
they sorry
Because he
always
can leave
because
that
they got
sorry at
caught.
the door.
They always, like I used to tell my husband, don't never say I'm sorry. I know you're sorry. Apologize. That's why you say I'm not.
But my old man said he don't want no sorry woman. So I don't say no sorry.
Exactly.
Well, the question is, how do you handle an open marriage if your spouse wants it and you don't? Well, my thing is, you let him go ahead on and get a divorce and let him go ahead on his way.
That's my point. That's what I said. I'll stop before it gets started because I don't have to be there. If you want to cheat, something out there you want, then you go do you. I don't have to be in that equation because that's not for me.
So how do you come home and say, well, baby, I want to start an open marriage?
It takes a lot of nerve for any man to
No,
do
but
that.
you ain't gonna shoot you.
You say that to your spouse. I can see a man saying that to his girlfriend that he's not planning on marrying and somebody that he wants to use for a sex object. But to say that to your spouse, that takes a lot of guts to be able to say that and then lay down and go to sleep after you have voiced those sentiments toward her. You might wake up like Al Grits. Al Green.
But people, it seems like, and I know just because everybody doing it, it doesn't make it right. But when I hear
Not everybody.
the majority of people, that I
The
talk
younger
to,
generation.
oh, there's a lot of people that our age that's doing it. And because this one guy, his wife, he told me, I ain't gonna call his name out. He said, my wife had gave me everything for Christmas and birthday and everything I ever wanted. He said, don't you know one day, Boosie, she brought me home a woman. And he said, I was just shocked. And I'm like, then what did you do? He said, I thanked her for the gift. I said, I know you did because that's a gift you never would have got from me.
Right.
So my thing is, do you have respect for each other when you're in an open marriage and open relationship?
I
I
can't
can't say what another person would have. I know I wouldn't.
Repeat it.
But it seems like to me somebody is just breaking down to please or pleasurize another person in order to, like you said, she kept kept that marriage alive.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it took for them. But then if you're operating in the flesh, then all kinds of things and ideas will come to your mind, subliminal messages or satanic thoughts will come to you, and you think after a while that what you're doing is right because it's being done so openly. They'll say we're honest about it.
Yes, that's what he said.
We're not cheating on one another, but that's a lie. That's a lie. But you say you're not cheating on it. Yes, you are. You're cheating on that individual.
Just
Y'all
'cause she
cheating
know
on
that.
each other.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, sometimes when you have an open marriage, it's because you've never been satisfied at home. But this guy promised me up and down that they're both satisfied. So if you're both satisfied and you want to have this open marriage, they feel like just go for it. It's no wrong in it. But then, because God forgive you for all sin. But there's not a sin if you are both agreeing to it. So how can it be a sin? And I know what you're finna say, Uncle Cunningham. Just because you're both agreeing to it does not make it sin. But like you said earlier, and this is what I'm getting, you said the bedroom is holding undefiled. So if he feel like his bedroom is not being undefiled with that, then they feel like it ain't a problem. And I'm just saying, Reverend Uncle Cunningham.
I just want to clarify something. You said God forgive all sins with the exception of the blessing of the Holy Ghost.
That's right.
Okay. So I just want to correct that.
So if we all in agreement to it, then I guess it's all right.
No, it's not all right. It's still wrong. You can spell it right, but it's going to come up wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they declare what they're doing is right, but in the eyesight of God, it's wrong. It's adultery. if you're married, because you're committing adultery with another person. It takes two to commit adultery.
Yeah, because like the statement said, you're not marrying 3 women. You
make
you're
decisions
not
in
marrying
life.
2
You make
women,
decisions
you're
in
marrying
life, and you go back. You try to correct these decisions. Now you may be down with it today, but come tomorrow, you may change your mind. Then you look how you lowered your standard to please this man.
Well,
The
15
worst thing is
years,
about that
they still doing it for 15
going
years.
for 15 years.
Yeah.
But even worse when you go 15 years in one day. Because somewhere you done woke up and realized what you done was not right.
Well,
And
one
you
of
want
both
to
of
try
them
to
freaks.
correct that.
Well, evidently, they are freaks.
Exactly.
How-
It's self-explanatory.
How do you approach God in asking Him to forgive you for something that you have made a practice? Forgiveness means that you turn from that
Right.
and don't commit it again. It's just like putting the Lord Jesus back on the cross.
But they ain't
So-
trying to get for no.
But they go to church, you said. They go to church.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of going to church? Is that just to...
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Pacify
Wait,
society?
wait now. Wait now. I goes to church and there's, a chaperone. And most Sundays I step in church, I am an angel. It might be one Sunday out the year I step in church and I'm not an angel. But for the most part, my preacher can tell you I am an angel. Ain't that right, Brother Rogers?
Wow.
And the one Sunday that I come to church and I'm not the perfect angel, well, like he said, they don't look at it like it's sin because everybody is in agreement. So that's my thing. If everybody is in agreement, although it still is wrong, how do you just take that and make it right?
How can you just rewrite the laws or rules or however you want to do it?
Well, and
And it's
some
still wrong.
It's still wrong.
It's still
Like
wrong.
I
Well,
said,
Uncle Cornell
15
said you got to write your own book.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, there's going to be, every person is going to have to stand in the judgment pertaining to what they have done in the body, give an account for every idle word that has come out of your mouth. So, as I stated earlier, how, in a question form, how does a person honestly ask the Lord to forgive them for what they are committing and doing on a daily basis, and it becomes a practice or a habit, a habitual, so to speak, if you made it a habit, and every day you got to ask the Lord to forgive you for something that you are not really even godly sorry about?
Well, Uncle Cornell is like this. Like we said, understanding is the best thing.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But it's really,
Yes.
understanding is good, but you gotta have, if you're going, the Bible says if you get understanding, you got to, and all your reading get understanding, but you got to apply some of this to wisdom. And so somebody has an understanding, but they're not learning anything.
Well, I know if you got multiple partners, it is a chance of, like Romy said earlier, coming up with diseases. But I don't even think they look at the disease part. Like the brother said when we was talking last
Finance and
Sunday.
pleasure could make you happy, but it could bring you a lifetime of pain.
Yes.
Right.
So you got to think about, is this something you really want to do, or is it just something to keep somebody else happy?
But in some people's
'Cause if you
lives,
look
it
back,
is a
especially-
healthy relationship.
If you look back and you think about it, a real lady wouldn't do that to me. A real lady wouldn't do that. She'll have too much respect for herself.
Yeah, but
And yes, when women love, I feel we love hard and we give our all.
she wanted this as much as he wanted. It's a mutual
Then
thing.
there it is. She's a freak and he's a freak.
Well, what about the kids?
But the kids are all grown and gone.
Yeah, but what if the kids find out about it?
Well, they grown.
I understand, but I mean, I would
Would
be
you want to know
embarrassed.
mama did this and
Right.
daddy did that?
Mom and dad
It's
is
still
not here.
about
Well, you got to
respect.
look at it like this. Mom and daddy living their life. Y'all done live y'all life. So, and if you,
Was an open relationship?
I told the woman,
I'm just
I
kidding.
told the woman I was gonna go for bet for her, and I was. I'm trying to see it her way. I was married, and I guess I was in an open relationship because he was cheating. I just didn't know it, so I guess it was semi-open. He was open, and I was like, she ain't gonna lock down. So now I didn't like that. But I can imagine my ex-husband coming home and tell me, Boosie, and I'd be like, yes, we finna have an open marriage. Really? No, that wouldn't have flew with him not 1 minute. Not 1 minute.
Here we are, 4 individuals, trying to make sense out of this, rationalize it, and we have condoned the practice, but you're trying to help the person. You're just trying to help the person make her think that it's all right. Is that what I'm hearing? In a sense. So we can sit here all day, and if we're not doing this, we can't explain that.
But see, that's what I said. That's what she told me. She said, Boosie, you can't knock it until you try it. Some things I don't want to try.
So if a person tell you that doing crack is good, it might be good to them, but it's not good for them. What they're doing might be good to them, but it's not good for them. They're really breaking their bodies down.
I feel like she just fulfilling his wild fantasies. That's what I feel. I feel like they're both doing it.
You know them, I know.
I believe that's what they're doing. But to be married 25 years, to be married 25 years, and for the last 15 years you have an open relationship, and to be honest, she says she's more in love now than she's ever been in love with her husband. She's more in love with him now than she's ever been.
So what if she wake up one morning and realize, what is I'm doing? You know?
I don't think she's going to wake up and say that.
Well, you know, we all have done something in the past.
She might have an aha moment.
Yeah, that could be true. You know,
Yeah,
that could be
have
true
an
too. But like I said, if you're a woman, or if you was this man is immune, he got 2 sacks of hay beside, he don't know which one he wants.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Since he don't know which way to go, he may be a dead mule because he got 2 stacks of hay beside him. You know? So, me personally, like I said, it don't make it right.
Well,
I'm just saying, I'm not God.
The question is, what is the use of having multiple partners when you can do multiple things with one person? When you can do multiple things with one person, what's the use of having multiple partners?
Greed is what's coming to my mind. Is person just want more than what they have. That's what it is. A person want more than what they have. They want, they want something else. They always think the grass is greener on the other side. But when they go, well, I'm going to go a step further. They cross the fence, and what they thought was grass become astroturf. So it become different, something different. So
I agree.
Your food, by what you're looking at. Everything that looks good is not always good for you. Now, speaking from a man's standpoint, I've had multiple women over my lifetime, but everything that looks good is not good. That's not always good to you. I mean, for you.
But she was telling
it's not the quantity and it's the quality.
Yeah.
She was telling me, she said, well, Boosie, I'm more in love now with him. It's like we really completed each other. I truly understand him now, and he truly understands me. I'm like, okay. The understanding that y'all got was both of y'all just want to run around and have y'all way with everybody else and then come home and say, we got this most wonderful marriage. That makes no sense to me because, see, I've never been in an open marriage, so I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you, when I'm in a relationship and I think it's just me and him, and I find out it's somebody else, it hurts me to the core. So in order for me not to, I don't understand how she don't feel hurt. That's how come I'm saying those feelings they got, I need some of them feelings on.
Well, let me ask you this about her self-esteem. I don't know this individual, but what it says a lot about her self-esteem.
Oh, she got self-esteem. When I very first saw her picture on my inbox, I'm like, this woman is beautiful.
Yeah, but still, what it say about her self-esteem? Mm-hmm. You could be beautiful, but you could be hurt inside. You could be so dead on the inside, So I'm just asking. I don't know her. I'm just curious. What's her self-esteem like about herself?
Is it high? Is it low? Evidently it's high. She thinks it's high.
The question is for me, that's coming through my ear, the reason why I'm looking like I'm crazy. If I really love my husband, the one I claim I just so love, if I married him, if he wanted to do that, would I go through it? Hell no! I ain't doing that because I'm too jealous. Like I said once before, Uncle Robert Cornell, you know, I'm just going to keep it real. Now, I look over there, you know, baby, we got this open marriage. All right, I'm bringing Calissa home with me. Can't bring Roman home, you know, that won't work. I'm bringing Calissa home. And I'm sitting over there, and we going at it, and I look at him over there throwing it hard at Calissa, then he ever throw it at me. See, I'm going to get hurt. My feelings I'm going to be mad. I'm just going to tell you who the fuck about to come.
Hey, that's all right.
Because I'm like, that's how I come out and say, if you are in an open marriage, in an open relationship, and it don't bother you, y'all need to educate me where y'all got them feelings from, because see, I can't get there yet. I haven't got there yet. And I'm 50-something years old, I'm still not able to get there yet.
They're not really feeling with their heart. It's about what makes them feel good at that particular time. That's why they have multiple partners, is that each individual is going to be different in their own way. And you just said something a while ago that resonated in my mind. If he's doing it to her harder than he's doing it to you,
yeah, I'm gonna be mad.
She might be bringing something out of him that you can't bring out of him.
You better not be bringing nothing out of him. So that's why I'm trying to open. I go to what? I go there. You a man, boost man.
Calm down. You're angry now. You're angry right now. Okay.
Come there, wait there.
Count it.
You ain't my friend no more, because you ain't got no friend to bring none of my man I can't bring out. And you got my help with living more girls than I did. That's all I'm telling you, girl, you can't come to my house.
Let me say this in a candidly joking way.
Like the company without
You said on one show you had dual personalities.
Yeah, I got you.
One is Boots and the other is Judy. So
Judy just
you know.
came out.
So what I'm saying is, when you're with your man, your husband, you just have, you know, if Bootsy don't work, then you have to just go to Judy and just.
Well, I try, you know, with me and my man together, and you know, because I don't want no open marriage or open relationship, Bootsy do come out.
Okay.
Yes, but when I get mad, then Judy come out. Because listen, you ain't coming to my house.
She brought that up.
She
She had to throw that
started.
Wow. But you know, getting back to men and women doing certain things, and might be a reason why they're doing this, is that, you know, there's a blues song I heard somewhere along the way said that you're not cheating until you get caught. Have you all heard that song? You hadn't cheated until you get caught.
They said if you didn't put your hands on me, it wasn't me.
If you didn't find my hat, somebody's head, my hat is on my head. But however, what I'm saying, I said all that to say this, is that they're thinking in their minds that if we open up the relationship, have multiple partners, then we're not cheating because you know about it.
Yes.
And so that's the whole thing. That's the scenario that's in their minds. They have formulated something that they think is right. And that's what, you know, the Bible says that a couple times, man, so a person thinketh, so is he. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking that they're doing what's right in their own way.
Well, the question they saying, well, Boosie, since you can't do open marriage, will you do role play? Well, now I might do a little
What is role play?
Well, you know, okay.
Educate me.
Come on, school me.
Uncle Cornell.
I've heard of road rage, roll call.
Well, now Uncle Cornell, if he come home and say, Boosie, now I need you. I'm gonna leave it alone.
You brought it up.
Okay, well, now this is the question they told me. Ask me, they said, well, Boosie, if you don't want to do open marriage, will you do role play? Yeah, I do role play. Now, if you want to go down somewhere, buy me a little outfit, some dukes or something with the cheeks hanging on there, I'll wear it around the house all day long for my man.
Oh, okay.
But I ain't leaving outside that front door like
So
this.
that's what
Yeah,
it's called.
role play. If you want me to role play, be a nurse, be a doctor.
Oh,
Now, I can't do that. I can't do that Tiger Woods. Now I can't be no animals, no chickens and ducks and all that. Now I can't do that. Now even if you want me to, I'm telling y'all.
So you get down with bondage? You get down with that?
Well, if my spouse
if that's what he wants. So what makes you different from the couple?
Because ain't nobody coming in there but me and my man,
But,
and not
but
even
you just
Calista.
do, you're stepping out of character to do something to satisfy your man.
Well, that might be something I want to step out my character to do.
Oh,
Well,
Oh my.
yeah, I don't have a problem with that if that's my
I'm
husband.
scared of you.
I ain't got no problem with that. He come home, he said, baby, when I come home, I need you to look like Tinkerbell. Shit, I'm running down here to Costume City Party City. I'm gonna buy that Tinkerbell outfit I'm gonna have it on when he come home.
So when you all are, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say having sex. I'm gonna say making love because you and husband and wife. That's what
Yeah,
y'all
we
are.
be making
Y'all making love.
Yeah.
You're just not having sex.
Yeah.
So when you dressed up like Tinkerbell, who's he thinking about? You or Tinkerbell?
I don't know.
See, he gonna have you want to kill Tinkerbell.
Oh my goodness.
So you gotta think about all of that. So if you Tinkerbell today, you might be Ludabelle tomorrow.
I'll be Tina Turner that tomorrow if you want me to be. I don't have a problem with that, Uncle Connell.
Okay, so whatever's in his head, as long as he keep it in his head, is all right with you. But he's really openly letting you know that he wants somebody else.
No, he don't.
He having a fantasy about
He's
somebody
really
else.
not
He wants to
Tinkerbell.
dress as somebody
No,
else.
it's not. I don't mind role playing.
Well, I'm just-
I mean, like,
it's-
I might come home next week and tell him, I want to role play, baby. Well, but baby, what you want me to look like?
Okay.
Surprise me. I mean, I don't have a problem with the role play, but see, I got a problem with Calista coming over to the house. You know, really, truly, if a woman got more than me, I don't let them come to my house, no house.
So you trying to tell Larissa to lose your address, right?
She can't come over there. She got, my man is a breast man, and I ain't got no breasts, and all I got is thighs. And she can't bring her chicken to my house. You know, that just,
Well, why don't you just pack them up then? Go buy you some and put them up there.
well, I could, but I don't think he would give me no money for that. He'd be like, baby, that's wasting money.
Oh,
He said, if I had all that, I'd probably look like a turkey.
Lord.
But that's just, and I told her, I said, baby, I'm gonna have your back all the way to the end. I'm trying to still have your back. I don't have a problem with role playing, but I do have a problem with open marriage.
Right.
I just don't see where it's. But if y'all been married 25 years and the last 15 years, y'all been having open marriage and you more in love
Well,
now
I
than
think-
you ever been. Okay,
I
so
think where the open marriage end up coming in at, and I could be wrong, where the spouse, the husband is not paying his wife any more attention. And then she's curious, well, we've been together all this time, now we're not sleeping together and you're in separate rooms. What
Oh,
is he
never in
doing?
my house.
So, and it may cause her,
Me either.
it may cause her to go out and find her a Jody as well. Cause she feel he's doing something since they're not doing it together no more.
well, I'm gonna go off track just a little bit, y'all, because I tried to stay on the subject, but Booster finna go off track just a little bit. Then I'm gonna drop back up over here on this track.
About open marriage, correct?
Yeah, we on open marriage, but I just want to throw this little bit in. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna get married and my man in one room and I'm in the other. I don't play that, cause see, I don't know what's going on in that room. You ain't gonna, you gotta stay right in here so I can watch you.
Well, you
And
may
I know
not
it-
play it, but it happened in a lot of
and I know
marriages.
it happened in a lot of marriages, but I don't
I mean-
understand it. I come over your house, what, Mama, where Dad at? He back there in the room. Where you at? I'm in my room. Well, ain't y'all together? What the world is going on? You ain't getting up out the bed with me. You said the death do your part. You gonna look at me every night. You ain't going nowhere.
Johnny Taylor said it's cheaper to keep her, so
Okay.
he's
So I'm keeping it in
keeping his
the other room.
wife in the other room while he's in the other one. Now that's cheaper than getting a divorce.
Well, Uncle
Because if you get a
Cordell,
divorce, you're going to either have to sell the house or give the house to the spouse. And so, you know,
well, in that case, I believe if we got to go to sleeping in separate beds and he over here and I'm over here, well, we need to have an open marriage then.
what?
Because, like you said, it's cheaper to keep her. So, baby, I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. And Calista can't come back over to the house. So, we just going to have an open marriage and everybody going to be happy. I believe that's where they come from, Uncle Connell.
No, I don't think.
Reverend Uncle Connell, that's where they came
I don't
from.
think
You
so.
just said it's
I think they're just trying to spice up their relationship. But you know, at the end of the day, you can't try to define that if you don't believe in it. And so, what I would say to the individuals
that whenever you see them again, you just do whatever you're gonna do. You're doing it anyway, and so you can't really, keep talking to individuals like that, because at some point, if you keep talking to her, she either gonna convince you to do what she's doing. Don't seem like you're doing too good trying to convince her to turn from that practice. So as long as you're communicating with that person, she's gonna tell you, Bootsy, listen, baby, don't knock it until you try it. If she said it enough, you gonna step out there and
no, because
lower your standards.
that ain't gonna never happen, because I can't get with Calissa got, and she ain't coming to my house. No, ma'am, that's just not gonna happen. It won't never happen at Boots's house. And Uncle Connell, the question to you: are you embarrassed by these questions?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think he was,
No,
because that's the Reverend Uncle Connell. He's not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. No. Like I say, I could either be your spiritual counselor, or spiritual conscience, but I'm not your judge. God judge at the end.
And the next question was, how would you counsel somebody that's in an open marriage and want an open marriage? And counsel me on how not to have an open marriage if he's sleeping in the other bedroom, because that ain't gonna work. That just never gonna work. But how would you counsel someone that's in an open marriage?
Well, I'm getting older. I can't contain all these questions. But one at a time.
Okay, how would you counsel somebody in an open marriage, Reverend Uncle?
I tell them not to do it. I would tell them, as I've spoken before, it's wrong. You're bringing, as you stated, bringing other spirits into your home. You're possibly bringing disease into your home that's going to break down your body, and your body is already the temple of God if you are a Christian. So, I would counsel against it, and I'm not going to keep deliberating on something once I've told you that it's wrong. Don't you think that you're going to make me change my mind and tell you to keep doing what you're doing? Listen, if it's wrong, it's wrong, and that's why I draw the line. Second question.
Well, Uncle Connell, my man done moved over there in the other bedroom, and he won't come and get in the bed with me, but I told him we can have an open marriage, and now we're in love, and everything is back like how it used to be.
The devil is a lie.
And I agree. You probably feel it's like it used to be, but he could lead you to believe that. You could let someone get in your head and play those mind games with you. A lot of times, women love hard. And we sitting here thinking, oh, this man really loved me. No. Yeah. The moment you turn your back, he's doing him.
There's some things that you need to do in your relationship, and that is spice up the relationship. Do some things. Well, if that works for you, that's not like bringing somebody else into.
That's because it's only me.
Just as long as he don't give you a name, I would dare say, listen, you dress up like Bootsy, and then that's going to be a problem.
Now, so does he tell me, Bootsy, when I come home, I want you to have that Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit, huh?
Okay.
You best believe I'm going to get one.
Okay.
ASAP. Right. But not, because we talked about calling folks other names. He better not never call me another name. Now, the role play, we can role play all day long, but it won't be no name calling unless it's Bootsy.
Okay.
Bootsy or Judy?
Yeah, that's right. It better not be Calissa. I
You
guarantee.
think about your breast decision,
Yeah,
right?
oh Lord. Because it's just sometimes I didn't accomplish that, though. That's how come she can't come to my house, because I will be in an open marriage. Because I
don't do open relationships.
I
can't do that.
But to be married 25 years, and now 15 years of your marriage is the best ever, because she like this. I couldn't stop him from cheating. He couldn't stop me from cheating. So they both sat down and agreed to have an open marriage, because neither one would stop cheating. Well, was it because you wasn't sexually satisfied, or he wasn't sexually satisfied? And I know it's more to a marriage than just sex, and I know that.
You keep throwing that number out there, being married 25 years. I know somebody been married for 35 years, married but not living together. So, yeah, they never got a divorce. So they
got open marriage.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
They're not together,
A man feels less than a man if it takes another man to satisfy his wife. And a woman ought to feel less than a woman if it takes another woman to satisfy her husband.
That ain't gonna happen.
Amen. I agree. But
So-
then it may not happen there, but we're talking about open relationships. So
But see, she said that's what she said, that she liked the spontaneous or something new. She liked it. But baby, that's what I'm talking about. And she had came home one day, she was dressed up like Tina Turner. Hey, baby, that's something new. You ain't never dressed up like Tina Turner before, but
Did you
to
ever
me,
see that? How she ever played role play?
well, no, but I might need to go over there and talk to her.
Is she
about it.
looking at
Tell her what you might need to do.
is she looking at the show?
I hope she is, but I'm gonna tell you right now, baby, try role playing and just cut out the all the open marriage. I mean, try role playing.
Because what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light.
But see, but that's that thing. They're not doing anything in the dark because you know.
Well, you said they have children, right?
Well, I don't know if the kids
Okay.
know or not. Now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. I don't care how long you can do wrong. It's going to be revealed.
Oh yeah.
You can hide it for so long. At some point, every person in the world who has done something, whether it's killed somebody, committed adultery, stole a car, or what have you, it's always found out at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
it's
a way to
gonna
come
come
to surface. you
Yeah.
know. And just because they doing it and know about it, I still don't agree that it's right.
Well, you know, and I told her, I said, well,
I'm
I'm
trying
not.
hard to help her understand.
I am. I got
But
it
it ain't
back.
working.
I got you back. I feel like you feel at first, you know, well, we both consent to it, consenting adults. So, well, honey, y'all can consent to it all along, but you know, you might be getting away, but you ain't getting back because one day you got to see the Lord above. And the Bible said, I'd rather obey God than obey man.
Right,
And he
right.
said, but
I have a question. This is to the persons that's involved in this. What's going to happen when the male get to the point where he's too old to do anything, and your wife is still doing that? Or if something happened to the wife where she can't have sex, and the man, the husband, is still doing that, how are you going to feel about it then? There's going to come a time when things happen that you haven't even factored into the equation.
yeah, that's true.
So what are you going to do then? How are you going to feel? You might be having a good time now, but at some point you're going to have to set your old ass down somewhere.
Now, tell it up, that's my Reverend Uncle Tanya. Tell it.
Uh-oh.
Give me 5. That's why I like
you got
about
5
it.
on
Keep it real. My Reverend Uncle Tanya keep it real because it does come a point in time. I don't care how open your marriage is or how open your relationship. It is going to come a time when somebody ain't going to be able to keep up with the game. So it's going to need to start in the game because one day you ain't going to always be able to play it. But the question was to me, Boosie, how much money would it take for you to become a part of an open relationship, to come into me and my guest couple's open relationship? It ain't happening. It ain't happening because I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to be open and honest, but I'm going to get off the subject a little bit. I'm going to digress. Even if I like a man, he ain't got to give me nothing because I'm going to let him know I want him off the bat. Now, I ain't got time for all that. I put all my cards on the table face up. And if you can't win with the cards face up, you can't win. Now, that's just
Hey, I like
Now,
that.
that's just Boosie over here.
All right.
I don't need your money. I get up and go to work every day. So it ain't no amount of money you can give me. But now you might catch me something wrong with one of them children and that grandbaby because now Boosie has to do what she got to do then, and I will take the best offer. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just gonna keep it real.
All right. All
Now it will
right.
have to be the best offer coming. Now how you feel about that, Clarissa? Because you still ain't come to my house.
Girl, you funny.
Yeah. But that's just how I feel. You know, I told her, I guess I should say this, don't knock and let you try, but I'm going to be honest, open and honest with you. That's nothing that I don't never want to try.
But you'd be surprised how many people want to know about the open marriage. And as a matter of fact, I think a lot of people ask you to do this show.
Yeah, they did.
And to help you,
They
help them see what's out there.
Well, somebody just asked me what $1 million movie. Yeah, $1 million might move, it might shake me, but you guess what? I look at it like this: it's all gonna burn up one day anyway, and it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It really ain't worth it.
Mm.
What is swinging?
That's what you're talking about.
Oh, well, to me, swinging and open marriage is all the same thing. To me, I think
Like I
it
said
is.
at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but she does not define swinging and open marriage as the same thing. They said swinging is just like when you get in a group of people and then you start having sex.
Just pick
And,
what
you know,
want.
you pick what you want.
That's an orgy.
That's what I was thinking.
What's swinging in, Uncle Connell? I thought that was swinging.
The person who started swinging has to come up with their own definition
Uh-oh.
for swinging. But what I'm hearing is it's just an orgy. Everybody's just doing everything. You know.
Well, okay, so she's right. It's different between an open marriage and swinging and an orgy.
Okay, let me say this. What's the difference between an swinging and raping, being raped? Person just takes a female, or a female takes the male, maybe at gunpoint or whatever. But when you're doing the swing part, you walk into a room and there's male and female or male and male. So you just pick what you want and get who you want. Well, that's what a rapist does. He just go and just take what he wants.
Well, okay, so I guess we did define that there's a difference, I guess, between open marriage and swinging and orgy. To me, she said, like, she gets an excitement. I don't know how she got by. I don't know how you get by with it. I'm just going to put it like this. It wouldn't happen in my house. She gets excited when she's at home and she's going on a date. She's in there making up, getting ready to go out on a date. And, you know, he takes her out. And, you know, if they decide to have consensual sex, there's no problem. I said, but okay, do you bring them back home? Well, I have. Oh, no. No. She said, well, he brings his lady friends home. And you fine with that? Oh, no, see, too much for me. But like she said, if he's going to continue to cheat, she's going to continue to cheat because she done started cheating because he done started cheating. And like you said, it's cheaper to keep them. So we just going to have an open marriage. I date who you want to date, I date, and you date who you want to date. And at the end of the day, everybody happy.
So, and let me make sure I understood what you said. She has to go outside of the home and date her fella, but he can bring his home.
No, she brings them home.
Oh, okay. I
Do you
misunderstood.
not know I wouldn't have lived 2 seconds if I was to bring somebody to my house?
According to what you told me last week, no, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't, no ma'am. I wouldn't have lived 2. If somebody even walked across my grass, it would have been it for me. You don't even walk across the grass. You ain't got no business walking on the grass.
I would have been afraid to be the mailman.
Well, he did be
Would-
the
would-
mailman.
Have a person's vehicle ever broke down close to your house and your husband came home and that's a different set. We don't need to be talking about it. We're not going to put you in there.
That happened to me.
Oh, no.
Yes, he did beat up the mailman. I ain't gonna lie, he did beat up the mailman. But you know, that's because we weren't in an open marriage. I don't understand the open marriage thing. My hat's off to you to be married 25 years. I can't even be with nobody 25 seconds, 25 months, 25 days, 25 moments. So my hat's off to you to be married. My hat's off to you if you can be married to somebody 25 years in the last 15 years. Y'all got open marriage. My hat is off to you. I'm happy for you because, like I said, I can't get nobody for 25 minutes, 25 seconds, 25 hours, let alone 25 years. So, what is your take on open marriage, and how do you feel, Miss Romy Johnson?
Well, Romy Johnson's out of her league. So, to each his own. What you do is your business. That's grown folks' business, but it's not mine. So, I don't agree.
Would you role play?
That's a whole different story. That's a whole different
If
story.
you was married, would you role play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Force my husband, yes,
Ain't
I
no problem
would.
with
But
that.
that ain't got nothing to do with
Well,
open
but with
marriage.
open marriage.
Because that's with him and I, so like I said, that's a different
Yeah,
story.
that's a totally
But
different
what goes
story.
on in my bedroom is my business.
That's right. That's right.
My house, my rule, we handle our business, but everybody don't have to know your business. So
All right.
if that's what you decide you want to do, go ahead. You answer to God. That just like someone want to try a joint, they go from the joint to a crack, then they go to other stuff. So keep on, and then it's a dead end somewhere. So I'm just saying, do as you please.
Well, the question for me was, in my house, would me and my house ever be a part of it? No, we would never. No, because if I'm with the man that I really love and want, I don't even want him walking past nobody of the opposite sex. You better not even come home smelling like you been to Family Mae's Cafe, less known Coco Chanel. Because he Boosie gonna have a problem with. I know I can't do it. I'll be ready to choke you if you ate a woman's piece of chicken off her plate. So no, therefore it won't work for me. I'm just being open and honest. If I come home and you got a piece of hair on you, I want to know how did she get that close to you to get the piece of hair off me. But that's just me. I'm like a fool. I'm resting the old girl on Tyler Perry's movie. She gonna check his heart rate and all that. Yeah, that's me. I'm just, that's how come I feed him what I want him to eat.
You gonna check your car, be sure you ain't been nowhere.
That's right. And I'm gonna check his miles, cause I know. I'm like, oh girl, I know how many miles it take you to get from point A to point B, because you know why? One day I'm gonna ask you, can I use your car? And I'm gonna get in your car, because everybody's miles don't trip the same.
Yeah, that's a different story.
And I'm gonna monitor you. So therefore, open marriage would never work for Boosie. What about you, Calissa?
Oh no, it's a no-no for me.
Why is it a no-no?
Cause I'm jealous. I'm very jealous.
But he gonna let you do what you wanna do.
Oh no, he won't. Believe me, he won't.
He won't.
No,
He's not going to take you there, right?
Oh, would you role play?
all day long.
Oh. Hey man, that's a good role play. Okay, what about you, Uncle Cornell?
Well, let me say this. You say you've been married for 25 years.
Yes.
The last 15 of their years has been
Happy.
happy. Well, let me say this. The
Boy,
first 10 years you all was married. The other 15 you just in a relationship. I don't care what you call it, how you define it. You are no longer married to each other. In the eyesight of God, you are committing adultery. And it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong.
Would you role play, Uncle Cornell?
For what? All of this?